Don't jump the shark, punch it in the face. Welcome back to the Iron Seas. Today we're going to examine the idea of jumping the shark, using of course the Fonz as an example, and he's just the cool guy, right? And throughout the entire series, one of his signature things to do is pop the jukebox, and then it starts working because everything just kind of works out in his favor. Now, jumping the shark refers to a point in a story when it basically starts going into a period of decadence or decline. Basically anything post season 3 or 4 Game of Thrones, like they jump the shark somewhere in there.
I milked my eel into a pot of turtle stew, skinned my sausage into the turtle stew.
Personally, I've also heard referred to specific moments when a story falls off, like that defining moment, and it's just like, okay, it's done. Anyway, I'm sure you can think of a handful of moments when some of your favorite stories have jumped the proverbial shark. Now, what do I mean by punch it in the face? Okay, well, what I'm referring to is Fonzie's character, because one of the key betrayals with jumping the shark is the story tends to, do something that is completely outside the scope of the original intended character idea or story idea or setting idea. It's outside the spirit or scope of like what the original vibe, theme, and direction of of the story was headed. I'll just paint the hypothetical scene for you here. If you would have had Fonzie get into a slightly more realistic, because like I said, it tends to refer to an event. So part of the reason that people point to Fonzie jumping the shark as a problem is because the situation itself is so ridiculous. Because if I remember right, one of the key settings of the show is like in school, and mundane places like that, at home in a living room. To suddenly be like jumping the shark on water skis and stuff like that, it kind of requires extra layers of suspension of disbelief. It makes it harder for people to immerse themselves in what they're consuming. So I present to you a revised scene. Instead of getting into the entire situation where he's doing like a competition of jumping a shark on water skis, you could have Fonzie save somebody, right? Because then now he's a hero. Everybody already looks up to him and stuff, which is part of his character. So we're in line with this character. He can save somebody from drowning. Okay, you're at the beach.
This is tougher than it looks.
You're doing very well, Richard.
Sorry I snapped at you.
Oh, it's okay.
I mean, I've never been chased by a killer before, you know?
Oh, it's all right. You're doing...
During this rescue, he notices a shark. It would be a great excuse to put a little bit more into the budget and do like a special episode if you really wanted to go there. But there, as Jaws taught us, which they could have easily been in the realm of speaking to somebody from the Jaws department. I'm sure, kind of around the same time period, if I remember right.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
They could use a lot of the same tricks from Jaws. I mean, hearken to that a little bit. And basically have them save somebody from drowning. They encounter a shark, and you could literally just have them bop the shark in the nose in a comedic way, and then the thing runs away, and he's even hey, and now it's in line with this character. It's the same thing he's been doing this whole time, except it's hearkening back to its own joke, which is the jukebox thing. Fonzie's a hero again. There's no ridiculous jumping a shark on water skis type of thing. It's still ridiculous in that he's punching a shark, but I think it's actually a thing in real life of, like gouging a shark's eyes or like punching it in the nose, like actually punching a shark in the nose. That might be a myth. It is much more in line than anything that just simply jumping a shark on water skis for like a competition or otherwise would or could be hearkening to. Whereas Fonzie punches the shark in the face to rescue somebody, that's hearkening to his character, real world things. It's like a whole bunch of different things rhyming going on there. That's my revised scene. I think that would have kept it more in line, and that at least stops the initial shock of that was a crazy thing that just happened. As far as the period of degradation after the fact, that is just kind of bad writing, and I think it kind of chalks it up to people running out of ideas. And I don't know, it's important to stay within the spirit of the project that you start with, the IP that you're working on. Stay within the spirit of it, within the whole thing. And if you must jump a shark, maybe take a second look at it to maybe see if you can kind of imbue it within what you've already established. Punch the shark in the face. Until next time, everybody, thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time.